Welcome to the most captivating royal rivalry of our generation. Buckle up because we're diving into the ultimate showdown between two of the world's most talked about women. Meghan Markle, the rebellious duchess who broke the royal mold, and Kate Middleton, the picture-perfect princess who's mastering the art of royal perfection. This isn't just about two women. This is about two completely different approaches to fame, family, and fortune in 2025. Segment 1. The Tale of Two Duchesses. Picture this. On one side of the Atlantic, we have Catherine, Princess of Wales, gracefully returning to royal duties after her cancer battle, wearing color-blocked outfits that would make Queen Elizabeth herself proud. She's become the monarchy's secret weapon, the most popular royal in the House of Windsor, strategically building her future queen credentials, one perfectly planned appearance at a time. And 3,000 miles away in sunny California, Meghan Markle is living her absolute best life, harvesting honey with little Princess Lilibet, launching lifestyle empires, and somehow managing to get more Instagram views than William and Kate combined, despite having millions fewer followers. But here's where it gets absolutely fascinating. These two women couldn't be more different in their approaches to post-royal life, yet they're both winning in completely opposite ways. Kate's playing the long game of royal tradition, while Meghan's writing an entirely new playbook for modern celebrity royalty. The British press has spent years trying to pit these women against each other, and honestly, the contrast is delicious. One's embracing centuries-old protocol, the other's throwing it out the window and making millions doing it. The question isn't who's right or wrong, it's how two incredibly smart women can take such wildly different paths and both come out on top. Segment 2, the Comeback Queens. Let's talk about 2025, because this year has been absolutely wild for both of these women. Kate Middleton announced she's in cancer remission in January. And what does she do? She doesn't just return to royal duties, she becomes a strategic mastermind. The woman is now wearing monochrome outfits like a boss, color blocking her way to future queen status. Red for courage and willpower at state events, emerald green for St. Patrick's Day. Every outfit tells a story. Every appearance is calculated perfection. She's taking notes from Queen Elizabeth's playbook and adding her own modern twist. At Trooping the Color, she and Princess Charlotte twinned in aqua, looking like they stepped out of a royal fairy tale. Meanwhile, Meghan's been busy building an actual empire. Her Netflix show With Love Meghan launched in March and immediately sparked controversy. Critics called it vacuous and out of touch. But here's the plot twist. It's sitting pretty at number 7 on Netflix Top 10, and they've already renewed it for season 2. The show reached 12.6 million viewing hours in its first week. 12.6 million. Say what you want about the content, but those numbers don't lie. People are absolutely fascinated by Meghan's California lifestyle, even if they won't admit it. And can we talk about the timing? Both women received Time recognition within weeks of each other. Kate made the Time 100 health list for her openness about cancer, while Meghan spoke at the Time 100 summit declaring she's the happiest I've ever been. The timing couldn't be more perfect or more pointed. Segment 3, the Style Wars. Now let's dive into something absolutely fascinating. Their completely opposite approaches to public image in 2025. Kate has mastered what royal experts are calling strategic visibility. She's carefully pacing her return to duties, prioritizing her children, and every single public appearance feels like an event. She's been spotted at garden parties, ship naming ceremonies in Scotland, and early years meetings at Windsor Castle. But here's the genius part. Kensington Palace has started announcing some events in advance instead of keeping everything embargoed. It's a subtle shift that shows Kate's growing confidence and control over her narrative. The woman who once seemed shy is now described as ruthlessly disciplined and the MVP of the royal family. Royal experts say she's become more confident as a key player, and honestly, it shows. She's not just William's wife anymore. She's becoming a royal powerhouse in her own right. Meghan, on the other hand, is playing an entirely different game. She returned to Instagram on New Year's Day after 4 years away, and the internet practically broke. Her reels are getting more views than William and Kate's official content, despite having fewer followers. The woman knows how to work social media like nobody's business. But here's where it gets really interesting. While Kate's embracing royal traditions, Meghan's actively challenging them. She filmed her Netflix show at her neighbor's house to protect her children's privacy. Yet she's sharing glimpses of her life that feel both intimate and carefully curated. She's showing us just enough to keep us hooked while maintaining those boundaries. Segment 4, the motherhood maze. This is where things get really juicy. Both women are navigating motherhood in the public eye, but their approaches couldn't be more different. Kate's children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, are being gradually introduced to royal life. We see them at major events, beautifully dressed and perfectly behaved, learning the art of royal protocol from their mother. Kate's been photographing her own children for years, controlling exactly what the public sees. It's brilliant strategy. Give the media enough content to satisfy their appetite while protecting the kids' privacy. Princess Charlotte's 10th birthday photo this year was a masterclass in royal image management. Meghan's approach, complete opposite. She's been criticized for never showing Archie and Lilibet's faces clearly, leading to speculation. Royal photographer Arthur Edwards suggested she might be saving those images for future financial opportunities. Harsh, maybe, strategic, possibly brilliant. But here's what's really fascinating. Meghan recently shared a sweet video of herself and Lilibet harvesting honey with My Little Honey, and the internet melted. Even without seeing the children's faces clearly, she's creating these intimate moments that feel authentic and relatable. The contrast is striking. Kate's children are growing up as future royals with increasing public roles, while Meghan's kids are being raised as private citizens who happen to have royal titles. Both approaches have merit, and both reflect the mother's very different relationships with royal protocol. Segment 5, the business empires. Let's talk money, honey, because these women aren't just royal figures. They're building serious business empires, and their strategies are fascinating studies in brand building. Kate's brand is Future Queen in Training. Every move is calculated to build her credibility as William's partner and the monarchy's future. She's become patron of the Royal Marsden NHS Foundation Trust alongside William, focusing on causes that matter to her personally while serving the greater royal mission. Her early years' work continues to gain recognition, and she's genuinely becoming an expert in child development. The genius of Kate's approach is that she's building expertise while building loyalty. When she eventually becomes Queen Consort, she won't just be William's wife. She'll be a respected figure in her own right with genuine knowledge and passion for her causes. Meghan's building something completely different, a lifestyle empire that's part Martha Stewart, part Gwyneth Paltrow, and entirely her own. Her American Riviera Orchard brand launched alongside her Netflix show, and despite critics calling it inauthentic, the numbers suggest otherwise. Her first product drop sold out in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Whether you love her or hate her, you can't argue with those sales figures. She's identified a market hungry for her particular brand of aspirational lifestyle content, and she's feeding it expertly. The Netflix deal, reportedly worth $100 million, might seem excessive to critics, but Netflix clearly sees the value. With 12.6 million viewing hours and a season 2 already in the works, they're betting on Meghan's ability to capture and hold audience attention. Segment 6, the media mastermind games. Now this is where things get absolutely fascinating. The way these two women handle media attention shows just how differently they view their roles and their futures. Kate has mastered the art of controlled visibility. She gives the media just enough access to maintain interest while keeping firm boundaries around her family life. Her cancer journey showed this perfectly. She shared her diagnosis and treatment journey on her terms, in her timeline, with her messaging. The result? Massive public sympathy and respect for her courage and authenticity. She's also brilliant at symbolic messaging. Wearing her wedding earrings to her first garden party after cancer treatment, repeating outfits with meaningful additions, coordinating with her daughter at public events. Every choice tells a story and builds her narrative as the stable, reliable future of the monarchy. Meghan's relationship with media is more complex and arguably more daring. She's actively challenging the traditional royal press system while building her own media presence. Her Instagram return was a masterclass in generating buzz. One simple video of her walking on a beach created weeks of headlines and speculation. The really clever part? She's making the media hunger for more by giving them less direct access while simultaneously creating content that generates massive engagement. Her Time 100 Summit appearance, where she declared her happiness, that wasn't just a casual comment. It was a strategic message to everyone who's been predicting her failure. Segment 7, The Future Queens. So where does this leave us in 2025? We have two incredibly intelligent, strategic women who've chosen completely different paths to success and happiness. Kate Middleton is becoming everything the monarchy needs for its future survival. Relatable enough to be beloved, traditional enough to maintain credibility, and modern enough to keep the institution relevant. She's the safe choice, the steady hand, the woman who'll help guide the monarchy through whatever challenges come next. Meghan Markle has chosen freedom over protocol, authenticity over approval, and financial independence over institutional support. She's building a business empire that could outlast any royal title, creating content that millions of people clearly want to consume, and raising her children on her own terms. The beautiful irony? Both women are winning. Kate's approval ratings are sky high, her marriage appears stronger than ever, and she's positioned perfectly for her future role as queen consort. Meghan's businesses are thriving, her Netflix deal is paying off, and she's created the life she wanted in California. The real tea? This was never actually a competition between them. It was a competition between two different visions of what a modern woman with royal connections could become. One chose to work within the system, the other chose to create her own system entirely. And honestly, the world is better for having both examples. Kate shows us that tradition and modernity can coexist beautifully. Meghan shows us that sometimes breaking the rules is the only way to write your own story. The ultimate winner in the Meghan versus Kate saga? All of us, because we get to watch two fascinating women navigate fame, family, and fortune in completely different but equally compelling ways. What do you think? Team Kate's royal perfection or Team Meghan's rebellious independence? The choice is yours, but the entertainment, that's guaranteed for years to come.